This is your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from Dr. Don's Weather. Dr. Don's Weather is made possible by the Randolph County Commission, Heron's Tree Service, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, and Bama Diesel Repair. From the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery, Southern Union State Community College, and the venue at 5 Points Farms. Here's Dr. Don.
Good morning, East Alabama and West Georgia. Get that boat out because you may need it. We got a big old mess on our hands. We're going to tell you all about it this morning in your Friday, December 1, 2023 version of your primetime forecast. Thank you, Town of Wadley, Mayor Donna McKay, and the council for being a supporter here on Dr. Don's Weather. We appreciate you fine folks over there on the West Bank, and we hope that you hang in there with us for a long time. Y'all thank the Town of Wadley next time you see a representative for supporting us here on Dr. Don's Weather. Also this morning, don't forget to get in touch with Jamie Dukas. He can take care of your insurance needs, both personal and commercial. He can save you a lot of money. He's done this for countless Dr. Don viewers across East Alabama and West Georgia. And that's correct. He can write it for Georgia as well as Alabama. So get in touch with Jamie today. You can scan the QR code on the screen, click the link at the top of the video, or call Jamie at 256-831-7770 to find out how much money Jamie Dukas can save you with Alpha Insurance. Also, don't forget to head over to our YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. Make sure you click that little bell so that when we go live to cover severe weather, you'll be guaranteed to get that notification. So we do have a risk of some severe storms today through tomorrow, though the chance is going to be marginal. I mean, it's like a 1 out of 5, and I think the better chances will be to the south of the I-85 corridor. We cannot rule out some thunder and lightning across all of East Alabama and West Georgia. The risk today will be strong to severe thunderstorms, and a brief tornado is also possible, basically along and south of the I-85 corridor. So this is going to be more of a threat for places like Troy, Eufaula, Enterprise, Dothan, and then over into southwest Georgia. Maybe even Albany will be under the gun for some strong to severe thunderstorms this afternoon. But again, a strong thunderstorm, some thunder from time to time can't be ruled out anywhere across East Alabama and West Georgia. Very dynamic system coming our way that'll kind of hang out with us for the next 48 hours. Let's take a look at the tornado risk. This is going to be for this afternoon, after lunch today, and into the early part of this evening. And again, that's going to be basically from about Selma to just south of Montgomery over to around Eufaula or just south. So Ozark, Troy, Enterprise, Dothan, Midland City, and then back over into southwest Georgia will be the greatest risk, though it's going to be a limited risk for a possible tornado this afternoon and this evening. And then on Saturday, we're going to move that a little bit further to the north, so we will get the I-85 corridor into play on tomorrow. So tomorrow, places like Wetumpka, back over to Tallahassee, and maybe Notasulga, Auburn, back over towards Smith Station, Phoenix City, Columbus. You may be under the gun for the possibility of a tornado tomorrow. But again, it's going to be a very limited risk. We just can't completely rule out that possibility. So we're going to be watching this for you as we go through the next 24 hours or so. Then taking a look at the wind risk, really not a widespread wind risk, but the higher elevations up there along that stair step between Talladega and Clay County up toward Cheahaw State Park, there could be some limited wind risk up there in the highest elevations of northeast Alabama. And then we're going to take a look at the lightning risk for today and tonight, pretty much area-wide all across Alabama and Georgia. There will be that risk for some lightning. Looking at Saturday, pretty much the same. And then on Sunday, that lightning risk will push off down to the south of the I-85 corridor. Here's the excessive rainfall risk over the next 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours. And this will be for Saturday and Saturday night. I got to tell you, tomorrow's just going to be a complete washout. It's going to rain pretty much throughout the morning hours today, but we may have a little bit of a reprieve this afternoon. But then system number 2 and number 3 comes at us on Saturday and Saturday night, and is just going to be a complete washout tomorrow across the region. And we do have that risk of excessive rainfall. Not really majorly concerned about flooding possibilities because we are so dry, or have been because we're in a drought. But some localized street level flooding during some of those heavier showers and maybe strong thunderstorms. We could see some temporary localized street level flooding in those areas that typically flood. You know, it's fall, so we have all the leaves on the ground, so those drains are covered up with leaves. Yeah, we could see some spotted areas that have some localized flooding on your Saturday and Saturday night. Nothing happening out there in the tropics today. It's all quiet. Let's take a look at your current conditions at the venue at 5 Points Farms in 5 Points, Alabama. We currently have 51 degrees. It is raining. Wind out of the east at 2, gusting to 9. The humidity is 88%. Barometric pressure at 30.09. Dew point is 48 degrees this morning. The rain gauge not registering just yet, but that is going to change as we go throughout the day. High temperature yesterday was 54. Sunrise this morning at 6:24. Sun sets this evening at 4:35 p.m. So we're headed for a rainy, cloudy, windy, cool day across East Alabama and West Georgia. We'll hit 63 this afternoon in Roanoke, 62 in Ashland, Lineville. Carrollton will make it to 59. We'll hit 63 in downtown LaGrange, and Auburn tops out this afternoon at 67 degrees. So there it is. There's your 6-day forecast from the Alpha Weather Center. Jamie Dukas, your local Alpha agent, as Dr. Don's Weather celebrates 5 years of service for East Alabama and West Georgia. So for today, periods of heavy rain, 100% likely. It's going to be a cloudy, rainy, cool, occasionally windy day with periods of heavy rain. It's just going to be a nasty day. 63 will be your high this afternoon, down to 60 tonight, so the temperature not moving much in this type setup. We'll maintain an 80% chance of rain this evening. Then for tomorrow, periods of heavy rain will continue. It's going to be a wet ride to Atlanta tomorrow for the Southeastern Conference Championship between Alabama and Georgia, but thankfully the dome will be nice and dry and 72 degrees inside Mercedes-Benz tomorrow afternoon for that big ball game, because we're looking at a 100% chance of rain in both East Alabama, West Georgia, and the Atlanta metro area as well. It's going to be a washout on Saturday. So if you're coming over to Atlanta to the ball game, I would suggest you leave extra early. Traffic is not going to be pretty, and it never is. But you throw all that rain in on top of it, and it's just going to make things even worse. Showers and maybe even some thunderstorms on Saturday, 100% likely. 68 will be the high tomorrow, down to 60 on Saturday night with a 90% chance of rain. And then on Sunday, we start to see this system exit off to our right. We're looking at a 40% chance of rain on Sunday morning. I think the rain's probably done by late morning, early afternoon, and then we stay cloudy for the remainder of the day. 67 will be the high on Sunday, down to 43 on Sunday night. And then the first part of next week looking pretty good. Partly sunny on Monday with a high of 60, down into the upper 30s for overnight lows on Monday night. And then for Tuesday, mostly sunny, 61. Wednesday, full-blown sunshine, 52 will be your high. We may hit freezing toward Wednesday evening across East Alabama and West Georgia. Look at that big old mess, would you? Here is your Southern Union State Community College live Doppler HD radar, and we're showing the entire southeastern United States. And We literally have rain from the New England states all the way down to New Orleans, Louisiana. And this system is moving off to the east, northeast. You'll notice back off to the west, there in eastern Texas up into Oklahoma, you see triple barrel low pressure there, and actually two different cold fronts. You'll also notice that red line that stretches back through Jackson, Mississippi, and down to around Apalachicola, Florida. That is a warm front. That's lifting to the north and northeast, and then you have those two cold fronts coming at us from the west. And those areas that get to the south of that warm front, and all of us will before this is over with, that's where the heavy rainfall will take place. So as that red line passes to you and continues to the north, that's when your chances of the really heavier rains will kick in, because that's where the best precipitation will be. So this system, you'll see there is a backside to it. It's crossing the Alabama state line right now, but there will be a secondary system that will form in Mississippi, and then tomorrow there'll be even a third one that will form as it comes across Alabama and Georgia. Very wet. Most locations could see between 2 and 4 inches of rain between now and Sunday morning. So it's just going to be a very wet 24 to 36 hour period across East Alabama and West Georgia. That forecast is cool for Tennessee, North Carolina, South Carolina, all of Georgia, even up into Kentucky. It's just going to be a washout weekend across the southeastern United States. Don't forget to follow us over on Twitter. It's at DSTREN1040. We broadcast all of our weather information on Twitter, just as we do on Facebook, YouTube, and at DrDonWX.com. That's our home on the World Wide Web. If you live in Randolph County, we encourage you to text the word ALERT to 256-540-8664 so that you'll get important information from the Randolph County Emergency Management Agency. Hyper Reach is brought to you by the Randolph County Commission. And thank you to all those folks you see scrolling on the screen, such as Mr. Joey Knight down at Anchor Roofing. He is one of our partners here on Dr. Don's Weather, as well as Jimmy Stevens of Jimmy Stevens Construction. Hey, if you own a business, if you're part of a municipal government, county government, or a civic organization, and you would like to be a partner with us here on Dr. Don's Weather, all you have to do is send me a message on Messenger, and I can have you started before we do tomorrow morning's forecast here on Dr. Don's Weather.
This has been your primetime forecast for East Alabama and West Georgia from the Alpha Weather Center, powered by Southern Union State Community College, the venue at 5 Points Farms and Boondocks Barbecue and Creamery. Dr. Don's Weather is supported by the Randolph County Commission, Heron's Tree Service, Roger Bell Auto Brokers, Southern Auction Solutions, Genesis Weight Clinic, Jimmy Stevens Construction, Anchor Roofing, the Town of Wadley, Auction 431 South, and Bama Diesel Repair. Be sure to like us on Facebook, share us with all of your friends, and subscribe to Dr. Don's Weather on YouTube. We will be back tomorrow morning with another edition of your primetime forecast on Dr. Don's Weather.